Welcome to down here to Warclouds list review 2. I don't want to go into details too much, but there was an incident whereby one list was not reviewed. One of our keenest customers, and so we thought we'd better get them back for a review. And also, we've had another player who's joined late at the last minute as well to even out some numbers. So they're also getting reviewed as well. We thought we'd just drop two in here. So it's a very short, very quick video just to fill in the gap. And to help me with the filling in of the gap is my dear friend Logan.
Hello. I'd show you my face and my hands, but I can't.
Decided that this is even more beautiful than the original. So we're gonna be Brock today. But yes, without any further ado, um, join us on this extravaganza of a very brief run through two lists. So let's move down here and then let's jog on. So this first one here, I'll take you through. This is Lothlorien and the Fellowship. So popular theme already, popular list composition, I should say already. We've got Haldir with heavy armor and a bow, leading 3 Galathrim shield and spear, 2 Galathrim shields, 2 Galathrim bow spears, a Galathrim knight with a shield, 1 Galathrim guard pike, and 1 sentinel. Then we have a Wood Elf Captain and Bow, which is interesting. He's leading 4 Galathrim Bow and Spear, 2 Galathrim Shield and Spear, 2 Galathrim Shields, and 1 more Galathrim Guard Pike. And then we have the mighty, the irreplaceable Boromir of Gondor with a horse and a shield, capping us out at 22 models with 11 might. Very sizable stack of might. 9 bows and 2 cav. We reckon, Logie, this is
I
this
mean,
is the event for Boromir of Gondor and the event for elves. Clearly, and this person's put them both
yeah,
together.
elves and Boromir of Gondor. Clearly, Razgush was definitely a missed opportunity. Yeah.
Yes, how we not see a Razgoose? That was an opportunity to clean
Uh,
up.
I know. Maybe he's just too new and too unpainted for most people.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I love the addition of the Sentinel. I love the Wood Elf
yes.
Captain. I think these are two fun items. I would love giving my Wood Elf Captain throwing daggers though, because I think a hero with throwing daggers is just so much fun.
I I
Haldir with bow is awesome.
but Heldir is excellent drop. I agree with you on the Sentinel 100%. That's a really cool piece of kit to see. It's as close as most people are going to get to Magic with the 110 points cap on this little event
Mm.
for a hero. I will admit to being a skeptic about the Wood Elf Captain with a bow. I think that's a lot of money to pay for a captain who doesn't have any armor, but I think there's probably, looking at it, having thought about it, I think there's probably more value in the fact that there's only these couple of models that have the Elven Cloak. It's a lot easier to hide one or
Mm.
two models with an Elven Cloak behind a whole wall of D6 troops in some terrain than it is to hide, your 20 odd models
Mm.
in the
Mm.
terrain. So I actually,
12 Galadrim Court Guard. Is that instead of spears? No, there are spears as well. Oh no, so one Galadrim Court
one,
Guard worth
yeah,
12.
one of
Yeah,
each worth
sorry.
12 points. Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah,
there's
okay,
quite a
okay.
few.
That's nice. That's what we talked about. Yes, the other time was how many do you need?
Hmm.
Or probably one too many. Three is probably the magic number, but two probably does fine.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think somebody else had 4, and we thought that was as many as you'd want. That's for sure. No more than that. I
Definitely
think,
wouldn't want more.
yeah, no, definitely not. I think 2 is. You've also got the Heldir for the fight 6. You've also got the Wood Elf Captain for the fight 6. You've also got the Boromir of Gondor for the fight 6. So you're
Exactly.
not
That's what I was
short of
just
fight 6.
thinking.
Yeah. You've got the Sentinel Magic and Tricks. I think Cutler Pikes is plenty. Um,
I think so too.
I really like
Bows and
this.
spears. That's a popular theme.
Bows and spears. I mean, you might as well. I guess this kind of list, you've got points to spear on for spears. It's
Where's a spear?
spear for a spear.
Points.
They are useful. You always, the thing about not having a spear on something is that you guarantee you're going to want it. Like, every time I run slightly fewer
Yeah,
spears,
it's
I
true. Yeah,
always
yeah.
forget to
You've
run
got your
those 2
battle
or 3
line.
guys I'd like
People
to put
start dying.
behind something. Yeah, exactly. And feel like a fool.
You're risking courage. You're like, oh man, it would be nice if I could just pop a few guys in spear
Yep.
support rather than charge.
Hard agree.
You're pretty good with
Although,
elf courage here, though.
and a sentinel to sing you an encouraging song if a particular model needs to get through courage as well. So
One model, yeah,
yeah,
true.
so that will be
It's always got a good bit of versatility there with the Sentinel.
very good bit of versatility at this, especially at a small event like
And
this.
again, a ballistic missile in the form of Boromir. Now, this one, I think, is possibly done correctly because Boromir is not the leader. So he can be
Yes,
used as that magic bullet to kill something that you need dead.
absolutely
And
right.
then Haldir just sits there safe shooting people.
That's absolutely right. That's an absolutely really good point because we've seen so many Boromirs who are forced to be the leader, and that's a tough spot for a player with no fate and one will to be, even an event like this. I know also seen a lot of players I think there's a couple of Boromirs in here who are defended by a Kurden, say, whereas this Boromir here
Mm.
is he's not covered by any kind of blinding light or any kind of shield like that, but to my mind, there's sort of the 10, 11 odd elf shots coming out every turn is going to do that job. You know what I mean? Like he's going to win a lot of shooting
Yeah,
wars
you're definitely going to be
and be
on the
covered
good
that
side
way.
of the shooting wall.
You are going to be on the good side of the shooting wall, so that will I think that'll really help him out as well.
Because I don't believe we've seen any blinding other than Kurdan.
No,
There's
you
no
can't
evil blinding because they're
you
too
can't get anything
expensive. So
else. So
yes,
it's all
it's
yeah.
literally just Kurdan.
Yeah, so that's
Gosh,
nice.
so shooting, oh, that makes sense, right? Why not go shooting heavy if all the blinding light and all the pale of
Is banned.
darkness is gone?
That was very much my plan for sure. I think it's a lot of people's
And
plans. There's
such
a
a
lot of
strong
shooting.
word. Let's say capped.
Yeah, it's very limited. And I think no, I think you're right. Actually, as well, Boromir as not being the leader makes him so much more useful. So much more useful. So that's a really nice.
So
Heldir
much
is an
more
excellent
confident
way of
just
summoning
throwing him
people.
in as well.
Yeah, you can just throw
Because
him around.
assassination is one of the missions, and I can't think
That's
of a
true.
better assassin than this
And
fella.
that's very true. And he's also in an assassination mission. I don't know, he's also a pretty good target for an assassination as well, isn't he? Because you know you're gonna have to use him in this list.
Well, I think maybe that's where the bait of the Wood Elf Captain is.
Maybe. I don't want to tell you I don't want to tell you on their business, but if you're playing against this list and you don't pick Boromir as your assassination target, you are asking to be thrashed because that Wood Elf Captain is not going anywhere near you. You never get near him. So anyway, that's sorry. I shouldn't give tips.
Don't give too many advice. I mean, people will make their own plays
They
and
will,
things might change in the game,
for
but
sure.
yeah, good assassination, a good assassinator,
Yes.
risky assassinate to be assassinated, but it'll be fun either way running it.
It'll be very fun
And you
running it.
got a decent number of might as well. It's 9, 10, 11.
A pile of might, and a nice little squad of models, nice little squad of bows. You got extra cav, regular troop as well. There is no banner. That is something that I am a little
Ooh,
leery of.
yeah, I missed that.
Quite leery of. Yeah, me too, quite a bit. So
Elves love banners.
they do. I might have put the list wrong correctly, in which case, fair enough. But I certainly, if I'm bringing the elf, I want to see the banner any
I
day of the
think the Wood
week.
Elf Sentinel's the trade-off for the banner here.
It
'Cause
is. I'm a banner fanatic. I won't leave home without a banner or a banner effect under any circumstances. So I'd trade the Sentinel for a banner any day of the week.
what do
But
you lose? You'd have to lose basically two elves for a banner.
otherwise, you lose two elves. Yeah, and even then, it's not enough. So I think the Sentinel's the only
Yeah,
way.
like elves and trimmings, basically.
Yeah, I do the Sentinel with me personally, or maybe even the Knight. The Knight's good, but the banner is so critical. But anyway, well,
It is a Galadriel Knight, and the Galadriel Knight is well known for being the most inefficient horse model I think there is. But the fact that you can run through woods, I think, is
that's
just
really useful.
it's a nice little
That's really useful.
chef's kiss.
It's still a really cool list. I really like it. I really think it's really, really cool. The only complaint that I have is the banner that I want to see. But other than that, I think the Haldir Boromir combo is a really, really excellent one. And
You keep the army bonus. It's
you
it's
keep
all
the army
green,
bonus,
so
which is
resistant
fantastic.
to the non-existent
I was gonna
magic.
say, although actually, yeah, there's not a lot of magic, but like, there's a couple of Angmars, a couple of
There's
Witch
a few
Kings.
Nazgul.
There's a few casters, so nice to be able to avoid that. Anyway,
Yeah, it's token casters and token avoiding. But yeah,
exactly.
very good,
I
very
rate it.
cool.
I rate it very, very cool. So I am keen to see how this one runs. I do actually have a lot of time for this list. Right.
A lot of time.
Other one today, before we wrap it all up, a nice short video. This is an Army of Dale Legendary Legion. Logan, take it away.
Yeah, so we've got Brand leading 9 knights. What is the Dale man called? Just Warrior of Dale?
Yep.
Warrior of Dale with banner, shield, and spear. Warrior of Dale with 6 bows and spear, and a Warrior of Dale with a shield, two Warriors of Dale with shield and spear. And then you got a captain with bow, with 4 Warriors of Dale with bow and spear, 6 knights, and 2 Warriors of Dale with shield and spear. And that's all she wrote.
Tidy. 32 models, 5 might, 11 mighty Isgaroth bows, 11 elf bows, effectively, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. Shoot 3, strength 3, which is quite nice.
Really,
And
really
the
nice.
the legendary legion bonus is the
They all get
the
Swarm
hero
Protector. Yeah, they all get
Swarm
Swarm
Protector.
Protector
That's the
brand,
one.
so they're all
But
they're all
that's all
fearless,
they
which
get,
is
isn't
fine.
it?
Yeah, just that and the shooting buffs. That's all they get. But it's not a bad thing to get.
It
Certainly
was a bit
it's
stingy, to be fair.
it's an interesting list. Is the Dale? I am she's a tough one to run the old Dale. I think those Knights of Dale are critical to your list for a bit of D6 and a bit of Fight 4. But they are
And they're
also
also spears, and they need to be in front,
spears is
which
good,
means you need to
which is
pay for more spears.
that is very true. And also they are quite an expensive 11 points. They're a pretty penny has been dropped on those. Like it's a third of the cost of the army. Is just for
Mm.
those Knights of Dale.
But those +1 to wounds and the D6, like you say, is very needed.
It is very needed. It is, but plus she's a situation. She's a tough one. It's a tough one. This list. It's a tough one. The shooting is excellent. Obviously, Brand is actually at this points level a really really solid hero. Like he's actually gonna be able to go toe to toe with most anything else in the game. Oh, what was that, Logan?
Possibly feel
Oh,
better than the.
right. I'm gonna talk myself now. I think he was saying that Brand is a great hero at this points level because you get your sort of three attacks, 3 wounds, 3 might, get your strike. Um, it's kind of one of those sort of top tier kind of combat heroes. The fact it's only on foot is obviously not a great thing, but at this level, there's less coming around that can just charge him down and kill him. There's also less need for him to chase around massive heroes on horses as well. He's got a couple of nice little special rules for himself. Obviously, he's an excellent Swarm Protector. I think he is another one of those heroes who comes into his own at this event in a way that he might not otherwise at other events. Um, and the Army of Dale itself as a legion could well fall into that category as well. I've always been skeptical of it in the past, just because of the sort of they're pretty those warriors fall apart when they get into combat, and those Knights of Dale are so expensive. But
I
I
was
think
sorry, as I
oh
was
go
saying,
away.
the the player bringing knights does feel a little bit better than the army of Dunland bringing huskarls. It does feel like it's kind of the same. You need it, but you don't want it because of the price.
That's exactly
But at
right.
least you got a little bit more with the knights than
That's true.
just five.
They are better than the Huskarls. But they are again it's that tax you pay, it's that price you pay for a slightly inefficient unit, a slightly overcosted unit that is critical to you. And I guess it's one of those things. The trade-off is the rest of your army efficient enough and good enough at what it does that it makes up for that
Now, Brand
inefficiency.
is the big king, isn't he? He's the 3 attack, 3 wound, 1 fate, whereas
Yeah,
King Bard is the 3 attack, 2 wound, 2 fate.
yeah, that's right. I just mentioned that briefly when you were off. It's nice. Again, he's one of those heroes that stacks up really well with this point cap. He comes in exactly 110 points. He gives you your 3 3
Mm.
3. He gives you your striker. He gives you your fight 5. He's more than happy going toe to toe with anything else he's going to see at this event. Um,
And he's what's his trapped abilities? If he's trapped, he gets a free banner.
yeah, that's right. He gets to re-roll the dice, so he's better on the sort of on the defense when he's in trouble, which is a really nice little rule. He's the
It's
kind of
also
hero
where you
who.
don't want him to be, though, is the issue. Like,
Oh no, you
it's
don't.
a
It's
rule
it's
made
very
to
much
get
a
you out of trouble.
it's very much a just in case. You're never going to try and activate it. But again, it's the problem with Dale often, I guess, is that you your big hero caps out at 110 points. That's your biggest swinger, and after that, all you can do is pile on more troops or bring some allies in. But at this cap, you haven't got that next ultra high level of
Yeah,
hero to deal with, and
this
so
is the tier,
yeah, this is the tier to play it.
and he's pretty good for 110 points too. If you know, with
He
the three
is,
three three,
he
the
is.
strike, the fight 5, and
No, I think you can't
it was
complain.
solid defense, isn't he? So yeah, he's
It's not him who's let you down over anything. It's the troops that might struggle. But the shooting is obviously fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of shooting in this meta, but 11 elf bows with another 21 models behind it is more than enough to go toe to toe with almost anybody. So
yeah, sure.
that from that side of things, I think it can definitely go pretty well. So I'm very keen to see how this runs. It's a Legion that
Yeah, me
needs a bit
too.
of time in the sun. So hopefully this is a chance for it to pop off.
Hopefully, it doesn't just flop out and then get shelved again.
As it so often has in the past, but this is the time. This is the time.
Yeah,
Kind of carpe the diem.
justice for Dale.
Justice for Dale. Perfect.
Oh,
All right.
beautiful. So another shooting list to add to the repertoire.
Another shooting list to add to the repertoire. That was our two Warclouds list review two. Two more lists, two more piles of shooting. Something like 21 odd elf shots a turn coming out from those two lists. So that's definitely increased our average bang bang rate of fire. The one man who brought Curtin, I bet, is absolutely laughing because he has
All the
absolutely
way
picked
to
the
the bank.
meta. He has absolutely picked the meta, and he is ready to play against it. So all the best luck to him.
You
And
know what?
actually
I reckon
assaulted
the guy who
Lothlorien as
brought
well.
Kurdan, the guy who brought Kurdan was probably like, should I bring Rezgush or Kurdan? I'll bring Kurdan.
He was 100%. He was right in the money either way. The assault and Lothlorien player, actually, just thinking about it, they'll also have a pretty good time with the cutting all that shooting down
Pale
by
of
a pretty
Darkness,
substantial margin.
not the
So that'll
Pale of
help a
Darkness,
lot.
but yeah.
Yeah.
There will be. There's always that one danger turn every game where you move into just close enough that
Just
elf
close
bows are
enough.
now +1 strength, or +1 to wound rather.
Plus
So
one
it's
to your
like,
poor orcs.
unless you're shooting
Yeah.
goblins, of course.
Yes, but
So
those orcs
it's,
dying on not much are going to be pretty nervous. But no, I mean, I think it's still an excellent counter to that kind of style list. So um,
that'd be very cool.
very, very cool to see how the massive shooting meter goes into a couple of those shooting resistant armies.
Yeah,
Right.
more to throw in this soup. Very good.
Thank you for joining me, Logan. Thank you very much for
Hey,
coming for a second wee run through.
that's no problem at all.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to have you, and to you, Brock, for filling in for Logan when he couldn't make it. And finally, to you, the listeners, thank you for watching this little makeup video, and also apologies to the others of you whose lists were missed out the first time. And we're very sorry. Mea culpa. Hope you enjoyed this.
See
All right. See you all on Saturday. So close now. Jeez.
you this weekend.
Bye.
Bye.